Hey guys, Sue's here. Welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button for weekly keto cooking videos. Today we are doing how to make corned beef cabbage in the crock pot. This is the best keto-friendly and low-carb corned beef recipe and will probably be one of my shortest videos ever because it's just that simple. If you're ready to get your St. Patrick's Day cooking on, then stick around.
I wanna catch the wave.
Okay, so to start with, I'm just using this corned beef brisket with the seasoning packet included. This one is a little more than 3.5 pounds, and I always get the flat variety. You can find this one right at your Costco store. And I'm taking a pretty large crock pot, I'll link this one down below, and adding about 12 ounces of radishes. And just scrubbed these really well, trimmed all the green and any excess rootage off of those, and I'm just pouring them straight into the bottom of the crock pot. Nothing fancy there. These are going to be our potato substitutes. On top of that, I'm adding about 4 cups of just rough chopped green cabbage. You could add more if you like, especially if you're cooking in this size crock pot. Next, we're going to add our beef brisket to this. Now for mine, this beef brisket is well prepared and ready to just go straight out of the packaging, and most of the fat is trimmed off of it. But if you just have a regular beef brisket that's soaking in a marinade, that's a brine, you may want to rinse it before you put it in the crock pot or it'll be too salty for you. And also, a lot of people like to cook theirs with the fat cap on the top. Now you can see this has got some nice fatty places on the top of it still, but I went ahead and put the fat cap of mine on the bottom because I like it to be as close as possible to that heat source and to really get into those veggies in the bottom of the crock pot to make sure those radishes are nice and cooked through and soft and brown and looking like potatoes when they come out, you know what I'm saying? I also like to have my seasoning directly on top of my beef brisket so that flavor can get all the way through it. So I'm adding that seasoning packet directly to the top of it on to the roast itself. And in addition to that, I'm adding a tablespoon of caraway seeds. And you can see I'm putting most of this directly on top of the brisket. Some of it I let go to the side. And now today, in light of the times we're in, I'm adding 3 cups of water. Now, if you watch me cook, you know I always add bone broth, beef broth, chicken broth, some kind of broth or wine. I typically do not cook with plain water, but I don't want to use all my broth up in case I run out and can't get any more from the store at the moment. So I just poured that around the roast. Just a little on top so that seasoning kind of stayed in place. Lid on, cooking it low and slow, 10 hours. Here it is all done. You just put this on before you go to bed, and by the time you get up and get situated, get your coffee or whatever in, it's all done. Here it is plated up. I just sliced that brisket, a little bit of cabbage, a little bit of radish with some chives on top to make it a little bit prettier, but nothing fancy here, just a good old keto St. Patrick's Day meal. That's it, guys. That's this week's video. I am so sorry I didn't have more recipes for you today, but our whole household is still sick, and so I figured this would be a good recipe to make quickly for you guys and appropriate for the time of year for you that are celebrating St. Patty's Day. I hope all of you are staying happy and healthy, and until next time, bye guys.
If you